So one of the things I've not done on this channel is give you guys a walk around of Loki. So this is Loki. This is my 1995 Jeep Cherokee with obviously a 98 front clip swap, 97 and up clip swap. It's on a Dana 44 and a Ford 9-inch from a 79 Bronco. I bought this back in 2007 from a guy who had been wheeling it a little bit on a puck lift. Had a 2-inch up front and a 2-inch out back. Here's the interior of it, nothing super special. A couple little trick mods. I moved the cruise control down here, which doesn't even work anymore, so that was useless. I've got a cable shifter on here now, which is so much better than the linkage shifter I used to have. I did not try the bleeping Jeep linkage shifter, though I've heard good things about it. I just had the stock one. Got a CB mount up there. Obviously stripped the headliner out at some point because it was falling. I installed the factory speaker bar back there back in the day. Did a lot to it back when I first bought it, 07 through like 2000, probably 11 or 12. Did quite a bit to it, and then things just got busy with life, had different hobbies. I had a mini truck, I had the Cutlass, photography. I've done lots of different little hobbies and stuff like that that really kind of got in the way of four-wheeling. So one of the reasons that I started the podcast is so that I would keep my focus on one hobby instead of getting into something different. And so this, let's see, in 2017, I went to the Badlands and saw some guys wheeling, and they had a different setup than what I had, a lot better setup. And so I took some tips from them and started rebuilding Loki. So it has a Rusty's 8.5-inch long arm kit on it, which is just kind of meh at this point. It was decent back then in 2008 when I put it on. Now it's kind of not. The rear leafs are the Rusty's 6.5s, but I broke the bottom 2 leafs, so I pulled those off and then just running, I think it's 4 leafs left in the pack now. Oh look, and that one's broke too, so I guess I'll be behind new leaf springs at some point. That's 2 runs and broken another leaf. That sucks. Oh well, they're pretty old, they're 10 years old. I don't know what I'm gonna run next. Maybe some Devers. If you guys got recommendations, throw them in the comments. So that's what I did. So the frame is plated so far to right here. So this whole thing's been plated. I had some rust, so the plating really helped with that. You know, it took care of the soft spots in the unibody. Got rid of that. The hitch is going to get taken away. The floors have been kind of meh, replaced, kind of trail job. It was 2016 for my bachelor party. We went down to the off-road, the Unlimited Off-Road Expo in 2016, and the floors were shot in this thing. So I had my brother and my cousin just kind of do a quick and dirty floor repair on it. And although it's nice, I mean it works, but it's not factory floor pans by any means. So this, as some of you may know if you follow me on Instagram, low_KEE_XJ, this is what I did this winter. I finally finished up the back end here. So the fuel tank is under there. Those 2 bolts, that whole panel lifts off, and then you can access the fuel tank, get to the fuel pump, pull the fuel tank if you need to, things like that. The reason I raised the fuel tank is because once I stretched it, the fuel tank was going to hit the 9-inch. So I had to raise it and get it up out of the way. I shaved the 9-inch about 1.5 inches, I think, somewhere right in there. Did the Rough Stuff anti-wrap bar. That is a must-have. If you are running an XJ with any spring, any leaf spring in the rear, you need an anti-wrap bar. There's no question about that. That is night and day difference, and it will keep you from breaking too many U-joints. As you can see, all my stuff's torn apart in here. These, I was going to close these up, but they actually kind of make nice little shelves, so I may just finish them out and just leave them as like a little shelf. That is in the hatch. It's got the stock 4-liter, the stock AW4 transmission. It's got a 231 transfer case with the advanced adapters SYE kit in it, which has the hardened through shaft and a couple other upgrade parts there. 513 gears front and rear with what is now going to be a Detroit front locker and a spool, 35 spline spool, 35 spline Yukon axles in the rear because I broke the housing, as some of you may know, yet again, if you follow me on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go check it out. These are metal cloak 3.5-inch front coils with the JKS ACOS spacers up front. The adjustable coil over spacer, I think is why it says, is why it's ACOS. But either way, got a set of limiting straps so that you don't max out your shocks. Got a set of Bilstein 5051s or 5125s. I don't even know what they are anymore. Something I ordered a while back and put on here. Got all that done. This is something I built, a new track bar bracket for the front. Got rid of the Rusty's one. As you can see, the track bar's in there. That's all built myself. The track bar mount on the axle over there, did that. The truss was done by my buddy Matt back in the day because this was his front axle and my front axle he sold. So I ended up using his truss. There's a few things on here that I'm not super happy with, but it is what it is. It'll get ton swapped or something at some point, so who cares, right? In 2016, when we were doing the floor pans and all the other stuff with it, one of the things I wanted to do was change the steering. I wanted to go to more of a high steer setup. And so instead of buying a high steer knuckle, and I had a couple questions about this, instead of buying a high steer knuckle, what we did is we threw this knuckle in the grill, like your average grill, and your barbecue grill, and we threw this piece in there as well. Got up to about 450, 500 degrees, and then we burned all this in with a MIG real hot. Burned all this in. This is a 3/8 gusset in the center here to hold all that together. The only thing I wish I could have done, and you can't do it with 15s, is I wish that this was double shear. So I wish that these were aligned. And with 15-inch wheels, I couldn't do that. So I may, once I go to 17s, I may get rid of this knuckle and get another high steer arm and do this project again, and then have it double shear. That would really make things awesome. So that is most of what you know, or what you need to know. Front bumper I built back in 2008 and then revised it in 2010, and really hasn't had much revision since then. The Jeep, I've done a lot with it. I go four-wheeling quite a bit with it back in the day, and then it kind of got neglected, as I said. So it's time to get back to wheeling every weekend if I could. But there's Loki in her current state of progress. We're doing all new, well, it's got to get a ring and pinion in the front now. It's going to get new wheel bearing, or new hub bearings outside here. Wheel bearings. New seals, everything across the front end is going to be new. The ball joints are already new, so they don't need to be changed. And what else? Is that everything? Go check that out. Total Off-Road Podcast. That's my podcast with Ian Boyce and the Dime Piece Buggy. So that's my update on Loki. That is where it's at right now. I'm going to get new gears for it and get the spool and the 35 spline axles in the rear. It's going to get Raptor linered. There's the new color. So that is the JL Bikini Blue. That's the whole thing is going to get Raptor lined that color. And then, why don't you guys help me out? So I love the red and the teal, and I think it looks awesome. Should I do red and teal, or should I do a different color, which would be all teal with gold accents? So when I say gold, I mean like MK1, like you saw on the Subaru wheels back in the day. I'll see if I can find one of those and get a picture of it, and I'll throw it up on Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram. Low_KEE_XJ. Thanks, guys. Catch you around.